the precious treasury of the way of abiding by Longchen Rabjam. Homage to glorious Samantabhadra. Primordial Buddhahood, the ground of fully evident enlightenment. Unchanging, spontaneously present. The basic space of the Vajra heart essence. The nature of mind is natural great perfection. I pay homage to this, with nothing to discard or adopt, nothing to come or go. The expanse of the inexpressible nature of phenomena, the very pinnacle of view, is great perfection. Listen as I explain, according to my realization, the meaningfulness of that which transcends everything and is unlike anything else. For the categories of mind, expanse, and direct transmission, the consummate meaning of the heart essence is that of ineffability, openness, spontaneous presence, and oneness. Each of these has 4 divisions, revealing the key point, discerning the implications, embracing the larger scope, and coming to the decisive experience. Of these, I will first demonstrate the theme of ineffability. The ineffable nature of things is that they are empty by virtue of their very essence. In the vast expanse of awakened mind, equal to space. However things appear, they are at the same time ineffable by nature. Within the womb of basic space as an infinite sky, however the universe manifests through transitions and changes in the four elements, these forms of emptiness are ineffable by nature, as are phenomena that are the manifest aspect of awakened mind. Just as illusory images, while manifesting in any way whatsoever, are empty by nature and have no substance, so all phenomena, the world of appearances and possibilities, even as they manifest, do not waver from awakened mind and have no substance. Just as dreams do not stray from sleep, and even as they appear, are by nature ineffable, the world of appearances and possibilities, whether of samsara or nirvana, likewise does not waver from the scope of awakened mind and has no substance or characteristics. Although phenomena appear as they do to the mind, they are not mind, nor anything other than mind. Given their illusory nature, as clearly apparent yet ineffable manifestations, moment by moment, they are beyond description, imagination, or expression. For this reason, know that all phenomena that appear to the mind are ineffable, even as they manifest. And so, just as apparent objects are ineffable by nature, the nature of awakened mind which perceives them is in essence ineffability, like that of space. Know this to be beyond description, imagination, or expression. In naturally occurring, timeless awareness, the ultimate heart essence, there is no causality. So the abyss of samsara is crossed. There is no better or worse. So samsara and nirvana are an integrated mandala. There is no error or obscuration. So the three planes of conditioned existence are seen through incisively. Enlightenment, the nature of mind, like space, is not defined by any extreme or bias, for it is non-dual by nature. So there is no view to be cultivated, no samaya to be upheld. No effort to be made in enlightened activity. Nothing to obscure timeless awareness. No levels on which to train. No paths to be traversed. No subtle factors. No duality. No dependent relationship. Since value judgments are transcended, there is nothing spiritual or non-spiritual. This expanse, like the Isle of Gold, in that it entails no differentiation or exclusion, is a naturally occurring nature of mind, like space, ineffable by nature and beyond all characterization and expression. Within the ultimate heart essence, awareness as such, there is nothing to improve upon. So positive actions bring no benefit. There is nothing to deteriorate. So negative actions inflict no injury. There is no karmic causality. So there is no happiness or suffering as its inevitable consequence. There is no better or worse. So there is no rejection of samsara or acceptance of nirvana. There is no way to think of or express this essence. So there is freedom from all such attempts. There is no before or after. So successive lifetimes are mere labels. How can anything be perpetuated? How can anyone move through samsara at all? What is karma? What are its inevitable consequences? Contemplate and examine the ultimate meaning, which is like space. Even though you investigate intelligently, contemplating and analyzing over and over, there is no fragment of substance. Not even an atom can be found, and no division of time. With no dualistic perception. In that very moment, there is abiding in the heart essence, ultimately meaningful and fundamentally unconditioned. ineffable when examined, and by the same token, ineffable when not examined. Phenomena in their multiplicity are always ineffable, since there is not the slightest frame of reference, even in terms of conventional labels. Know that by nature they have no substance, like illusions. Within the context of emptiness that is inherent in dreams and magical illusions, those who are unwise and immature are bound by fixation. But those who are conscious of the nature of these cannot be bound. Likewise, people who lack wisdom concerning ineffability are bound by fixation on identity, and so are caught up in samsara, while wise people who are immersed in genuine being, aware of thatness, and decisive in the very moment about ineffability, are free within the expanse, the nature of phenomena in which there is no causality. In the awakened nature of mind, which can be neither affirmed nor denied, timeless awareness without dualistic perception abides as a matter of course. In naked awareness, involving no causality, abides a unique sphere that is neither positive nor negative. In unobstructed awareness, without limit or center, the wholly positive, enlightened intent of Dharmakaya abides as a matter of course. in enlightenment, self-knowing awareness, the heart essence of ineffability. The totally pure and non-referential intent of victorious ones is clearly evident. As the natural manifestations of awareness, ineffable phenomena arise as its unceasing display. For those immersed in the genuine nature of illusoriness, they decide that these are ineffable even as they arise, and do not react in the slightest with acceptance or rejection. They abide in supreme, imperturbable rest, which is carefree, with a deep inner spaciousness. The immature, fooled by what is ineffable, are like deer pursuing a mirage of water for which they thirst. Since they invest meaning in conventional labels, the language of confusion, they are hampered in their respective philosophies, misconstruing phenomena as having identity. Since the 8 developmental approaches do not avoid the pitfall of ordinary mind, the genuine and ultimate heart essence is not seen. Ati Yoga, basic space transcending phenomena, completely ineffable, is of the nature of space. Moment by moment, there is no wavering from Dharmakaya, the natural place of rest. throughout the vastness of original basic space, there is spontaneous presence in supremely blissful and natural rest. If you do not realize secret awareness, that which is ultimately meaningful in enlightened intent, you will never be freed by that which entails deliberate effort. And don't you know that anything composite is impermanent and subject to disintegration? How can the tight and intricate knot of ordinary body, speech, and mind touch upon the ultimate meaning of the indestructible heart essence? This being so, if you desire what is sublimely meaningful, the way of abiding, put aside all factors that, like so many childish games, fetter and exhaust you physically, verbally, and mentally. The nature of ineffability, the expanse free of elaboration, is the nature of phenomena, natural great perfection. In expansiveness beyond imagination, in which nothing need be done, behold the ultimate meaning of supreme, uncontrived evenness. Since this is beyond causality and deliberate effort, be decisive. Self-knowing awareness, involving no perception of outer object and inner subject, has no time or place, and is beyond phenomena that originate or cease. It is pure, like space, and so entails no provisional spiritual approach. Since all thoughts of this as ultimately existent are mistaken, avoid any pitfall or obscuration that comes from misconstruing phenomena as having identity. In the indivisible and wholly positive realm, be decisive in supreme and infinite emptiness. Stand firm in the nature of phenomena, which is without transition or change. In the primordial realm of basic space that does not abide in any specific way. The superficial layers of view are cut through incisively, and the key point in its entirety is revealed to be ineffability. Thus, with the key point of ineffability having been revealed, one implication is that awareness, a state of imperturbable rest, not cultivated in meditation, can be discerned in the absence of acceptance or rejection of whatever arises. The vast expanse is the integrated mandala of mind. Vajra basic space, the supremely blissful state of natural rest, is sublime meditative stability, spontaneously present without having to be cultivated. Always present, like the course of a great river. It is self-evident if there is uncontrived equipoise. The nature of phenomena, at rest, just as it is similar to space. Since there is no transition or change, there is no question of whether or not there is distraction. The immensity of sublime basic space, which does not form and then disintegrate, is not within the range of finite experience that can be characterized by words. Those immersed in genuine being, for whom naturally arising awareness wells forth as the expanse of sublime knowing, whose minds are not pedantic, even though they have heard many teachings, and who experience what is indescribable and beyond imagination, decide that this is not a matter of anything being characterized or not. Since neither meditation nor anything on which to meditate can be found, there is no need to slay the foes of lethargy and agitation. Since the heart essence is ineffability, the timeless freedom of apparent phenomena and mind, the expanse of evenness, the nature of phenomena in which confusion settles out naturally, abides uninterruptedly in the realm of Dharmakaya. There is no division between things arising and being free. They converge in a single blissful expanse. In arising, they arise naturally, holding to their own place. In abiding, they abide naturally, holding to their own place. in being freed, they are freed naturally, holding to their own place. Everything is naturally free, arising from the expanse of the nature of phenomena, and thus does not stray elsewhere, being simply the display of Dharmakaya. Apparent phenomena, naturally manifest and experienced unconditionally, are the natural expressions of emptiness. They abide in the ultimate heart essence, being neither positive nor negative. Whatever appears and whatever arises, all things that proliferate and abide as dynamic expressions of awareness, such as the 5 emotional poisons. No matter how they arise, even as they do so, there is recognition, perfection of their dynamic energy, and their natural fading, leaving no trace. One implication is that equipoise constitutes a state of imperturbable rest in the interval between objects and mind. Another implication is that, like a bird in flight, naturally occurring timeless awareness leaves no trace. Another implication is that everything is of one basic space, like waves on water. Phenomena are forever discerned within the context of the supreme secret. And so it is in the nature of things that freedom comes about simply through an understanding of this key point. At any point within the vast expanse of enlightened intent, self-knowing awareness, phenomena, without being better or worse, arise equally, abide equally, and are freed equally. Since there is no phenomenon that is unequal, non-abiding, and not freed, another implication that can be discerned is that enlightenment is a spacious and timeless expanse. From awareness, uncreated and spontaneously present, arises enlightened intent, a natural state of rest that is effortless and spacious. Awakened mind, beyond any causes and effects, whether positive or negative, is discerned within the realm of the unchanging nature of phenomena. Spacious enlightened intent, whose very nature is ineffable, embraces all phenomena without exception within its scope. Just as the universe is subsumed within the compass of space, so phenomena, naturally manifest, are subsumed within supreme and timeless emptiness. Samsara is just a label. Cause and effect, effort and achievement are transcended. There are no positive or negative actions that benefit or harm. The context of emptiness. Liberation is just a label. Nirvana does not exist. There is nothing to be sought or achieved through the 10 attributes. Striving again and again after phenomena that are exhausting is like a child making sandcastles. For these things are subject to destruction. Further, everything entailing effort, all that involves cause and effect, virtue and harm, is timelessly embraced within the larger scope of ineffability. Now those who are immersed in the genuine heart essence of Ati, having decided that all teachings on causality, which are designed to guide the immature, the paths for the less fortunate who progress upward in stages, embrace the enlightened intent, that is the very essence, the ultimate meaning that transcends phenomena within the larger scope of space. in which nothing need be done. Deliberate action misleads. Look at the confusing appearances of samsara. Effort corrupts. Think about the machinations of suffering. With virtue and harm, there is an uninterrupted flow of happiness and suffering. Karma is reinforced, causing one to wander high and low through samsara. There is no opportunity to escape the ocean of conditioned existence. When the flow of virtue and non-virtue is interrupted, if there is no union with, and then separation from, the nature of phenomena, there is immersion in genuine being as the definitive and supreme secret. One effortlessly reaches the primordial level of being, having gained the majestic palace of Dharmakaya, timeless rest. Therefore, all things that are reified by the designation of names and meanings, as well as reactions based on distinctions of better or worse, and deliberate efforts involving causality, even as all these phenomena manifest, they are ineffable phenomena, like space, in which nothing need be done. For whoever understands this, all phenomena are embraced within the larger scope of ineffability. The decisive experience of ineffability is the ultimate heart essence. Since all phenomena of the world of appearances and possibilities, whether of samsara or nirvana, are ineffable by nature, they are beyond existence. Since the way in which they manifest is unceasing, they are beyond non-existence. Since they are neither existent nor non-existent, they are beyond being both. Since there is no such duality, they are beyond being neither. Since they neither are nor are not, the ultimate heart essence cannot be characterized as some thing, for it transcends all imagination and expression. Although the nature of phenomena is primordially pure, immature people, unaware that what is ultimately meaningful has nothing to do with acceptance or rejection, are attached to their own views, and so are continuously imprisoned. How emotionally afflicted they are. Their ideas reify the characteristics of things. How confused they are to misconstrue what is ineffable as having identity. How wearisome it is to reify extremes, though none exist. How worthy of compassion are those who wander forever in samsara. The sun of ultimate reality, naturally occurring awareness, is obscured by the clouds of both virtue and harm, positive and negative, and obstructed by the lightning of obsessive efforts to accept or reject. with the continuous downpour of confused perceptions of happiness and suffering, the seeds of samsara ripen into the crops of the 6 kinds of beings. Alas, how worthy of compassion are beings tormented in these 6 states. From the consummate and ultimate perspective of the definitive heart essence, chains of gold and ropes are equally binding. Likewise, the spiritual and non-spiritual bind the mind equally. Just as light and dark clouds are equally obstructing, positive and negative actions equally obscure awareness. Therefore, it is crucial that one immersed in genuine being, who has realized this to be so, transcend all causes and effects, whether positive or negative. Naturally occurring, timeless awareness arises from within. The dark night of causality is cleared away, and the massing clouds of virtue and harm do not amount to anything whatsoever. The sun of ultimate reality shines in the sky of the basic space of phenomena. This is the decisive experience in the ultimate sense. The definitive conclusion is reached by virtue of the ineffable nature of the 10 attributes. This is superior to all spiritual approaches based on either causes or results. Non-manifest meditative absorption is beyond the range of meditation. This self-knowing awareness as such, free of elaboration, is the decisive experience of the complete resolution of phenomena. Phenomena are resolved in it. It, moreover, finds its resolution in phenomena. Since this decisive experience has nothing to do with whether or not there is such resolution, it is decidedly beyond characterization and expression in terms of existence or non-existence. There is no specific reference point, but rather a supremely spacious and panoramic state. Phenomena are resolved. Ordinary consciousness is transcended. How joyful is one immersed in genuine being. This very state, immersion in genuine being in the past, present, and future, is a single basic space of enlightened intent, the uninterrupted nature of phenomena. Masters of awareness share a dimension of experience equal to that of all victorious ones. The non-composite expanse, unchanging and indivisible. The expanse of naturally occurring, timeless awareness, beyond effort and achievement. The expanse in which all phenomena are mere names, beyond imagination and expression. Within this wholly positive realm, in which nothing need be done, regardless of what manifests, there is still wholly positive basic space. In this basic space of Samantabhadra, apparent phenomena and emptiness are not better or worse. when the ineffable is taken as existent, labeling occurs out of confusion. Yet even while there is labeling, there is no confusion or its opposite. One comes to a decisive experience of phenomena being completely unnameable. This is the way of abiding that is natural great perfection. Thus, concerning the phenomena of the world of appearances and possibilities, whether of samsara or nirvana, with the decision that there is no question of there being confusion or not. Nirvana is not something to be achieved by renouncing samsara. With the decision that there is no question of things being born or not, one transcends objects conceived of as being born or ceasing, as existent or not. With the decision that there is no question of whether there is purity or impurity, there is equilibrium, nothing better or worse, no acceptance or rejection. One has come to a decisive experience of all phenomena within the wholly positive expanse. From the precious treasury of the way of abiding, this is the first topic, reaching the definitive conclusion concerning the utter inexpressibility